Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Welcome back to Bowman Gray Stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina for NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series action. I'm Matthew Dillner, joined by Jumpin' Jacqueline Drake as we get you set, because up next is the Modified 100 for the featured division at Bowman Gray Stadium, your NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds. And now, your starting lineup. Starting on the pole, in the number 99 machine, the Smith Trucking entry from Mount Airy, North Carolina. The record books will call him William Smith. We'll call him Crab Smith. On the outside, his teammate from Mount Airy, North Carolina, in the Jerry Hunt Supercenter Surrey Chemicals, number 16, it's the showstopper, Chris Fleming.
Starting the second row inside from Pufftown, North Carolina, you'll find the number 5 of Randy Butner. And to his outside from Mooresville, North Carolina, the number 57 of Danny Bone.
Starting fifth tonight is the man locked in a heated battle. A tie atop the NASCAR Modified point standings. The driver hails from Tobaccoville, North Carolina, in the Dayglow Orange. Number 83, the Pulliams-powered Hayes Jewelers Jerry Hunt Supercenter. Number 83, the Rocket, Tim Brown. And on the outside, in the number 3 machine, the E-Metals Beautiful Modified for the Flying Taco, it's Danny Probst.
Starting the fourth row inside from Lexington, North Carolina, is the black and orange, number 51 of Drew Moffitt. And to the outside from Tobaccoville, North Carolina, it's the number 37 of Mike Spini.
The next row, starting ninth from Wahlberg, North Carolina, the Wahlberg Pizza and Grill Brad's Golf Cars, number 75 for the veteran Lee Jeffries. And starting to the outside, he won a feature event, his second ever. Last week from King, North Carolina, comes his former college baseball athlete driving the units, moving, and storage, number 51. It's the Snowman, Junior Snow.
Starting in the 11th position from Kernersville, North Carolina, the number 44 of Daniel Beeson. And to the outside from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the 04 of Brandon Ward.
The next row has the guy that is tied with Tim Brown atop the Brad's Golf Cars Modified standings, driving the Citra-Safe Backyard Leisure, number 1 from Walnut Cove, North Carolina, a 90-time winner at Bowman Gray Stadium. It's the ace, Burt Myers. Starting right alongside a guy that he tussled with the last time Modifieds hit the track at Caraway the other night, the number 69 for Brian Lofton.
Starting that 15th position in row number 8 from King, North Carolina, you'll find the number 10 of Dan Spini. And to his outside from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, you'll find the number 39 of Gerald Robinson Jr.
Lining up 17th and 18th tonight will be the number 35 Greg Butcher trucking machine for Brandon Butner. And to the outside in the Phoenix Packaging, number 77, the lovely Susan Harwell.
Starting that 19th position, the number 6 of Luke Smith. And to the outside, the number 68 of Eddie Collins.
Starting 21st tonight in a number 49 Beeson Motorsports entry. Former sportsman driver here in the Sportsman Wars back in the day. Welcome back, Junior Reeves. And to the outside in the number 14, the Flying Beret, Corey LeVay.
And rounding us out tonight in row number 12, starting at 23rd position from Walnut Cove, North Carolina, you'll find the number 4 of Jason Myers.
Jason Myers, you're scratching your head if you just tuned in, saying, why is Jason Myers starting all the way in the back? Well, folks, he took what's called the Fans Challenge, the top 4 qualifiers tonight, which the pole sitter was with a time of 13.305. The driver starting your outside pole, Chris Fleming. But the top 4 drivers were given a choice, a challenge. Start where you may, or drop to the rear of the field like the number 4 right there, Jason Myers, and take the Fans Challenge for an extra bonus. If he comes back to finish within the top 4 finish, if he makes it to the top 4, tonight he is racing for a bonus of $6,000. So potentially, he can finish 4th tonight and make more than the winner of this race.
Dang. Heck
It's
yeah.
awesome.
Let's start in the back.
I love the Fans Challenge. All the fans here circulating this famed quarter mile love the Fans Challenge. It's the race within the race.
There's nothing better than watching a comeback from the rear of the field, especially here at Bowman Gray, where track position means everything. Now, this is a 100-lap modified event, so it's not your typical 35-lap that you see throughout the year. You have enough time to come from the back. But as we say that, we're going to go double file and get ready for this feature.
This is NASCAR's original division at NASCAR's original weekly racing track. These are the drivers that live by the grace of God and 600 horsepower. The NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds are green for the Modified 100 at Bowman Gray.
Chris Fleming jumping to the front of the field right there. The inside lane completely stopped up by the number 9 of William Smith.
We're going to probably get a yellow here. Brendan Butner is slow on the front straightaway. Crab Smith not getting out to a good start there in that number 99. And the freight train went by him. The outside groove was the dominant one. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers from the outside launched out and beat the entire inside row.
If you're an old school racer, you may remember the saying, ride on the outside, die on the outside. It is a tough thing to balance on here, especially when it comes to Bowman Gray itself, but not for the number 16. He was able to capitalize, and then right behind him, the number 57 of Danny Bone was able to also follow him through, and the number 3 of Danny Probst.
Did you just pull out a Jack Hewitt reference? Riding high because he's not afraid to die. You could do it, Jack Hewitt.
I was always told that in dirt racing.
Yes, yes, but right there, I bet you everybody in that bottom row was like, what the heck, when Crab Smith didn't go there. So Tim Brown was on the inside line. What's interesting there is the front 2 guys, the 16 and the 99, are teammates. So that gave the 16 a really healthy lead there, and definitely stopped up the inside row. And right now, Tim Brown
11th.
is 11th. He started in 5th, so
Oh, he's heated in the seat. You
yeah.
know it.
Great to see Danny Bone back at there is number 83, Jerry Hunt Super Center Machine.
Danny Bone. Yeah, we're looking at the 83 right now of Tim Brown, 12-time champion here at Bowman Gray Stadium. If you never watched a race at Bowman Gray ever, this is your first one, that 83 right there, big time champion here, breaking the history books. And who do we got here?
Well, that is Brian Lofton. You were used to seeing John Holloman the 4th in this machine, but he has taken a family vacation with his wife up to New Jersey. And the guy that tunes on this car, modified great Brian Lofton, is in there. Oh, we got the cone out. But, folks, we got something new with the cone tonight.
Look at this.
We got to see this. We've got a light-up cone tonight. The cone has lit up. You see it right there. This is awesome.
I love that.
We love the light-up cone here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Salute Gray Garrison and the staff.
So we got the choose cone here. The drivers get to decide if they want to take the inside or the outside. Lots of strategy comes into play right now.
Oh, the disco turkeys played here, and I think they're influenced it tonight. We got some disco going on.
It's a little disco.
I like it. It's disco Christmas here at Bowman Gray Stadium. 4 laps on the board, on the Fieldhouse scoreboard, and here we go. Back to green flag action. First to the loud pedal will be Chris Fleming on the bottom.
Great job by Chris Fleming, able to even capitalize and
Danny
block the
Probst,
7 around.
Prost is spun in the south turn, and the yellow is back out again.
That was interesting. You saw the 16 in the start.
Yeah.
Once he got to the throttle, he actually moved up half a lane. So the 57 could not get around him, even though he had a run on that outside lane. Ooh, I liked that drive there. Flow Racing replay here on what just happened.
Well, you see Probst there getting a little bit of a back bumper from Brandon Ward, and he got a little loose, and then Ward gets into him again in the south turn and sends the driver of the number 3 around in some smoke. The Flying Taco bringing out the caution, and now hurry up caution. I like this because the disco cone is back. We're going to choose inside and outside. If you don't know what the choose rule is, leader gets to declare first. Everybody else behind follows suit. So inside to outside. Danny Bone going for it on the outside. Junior Snow, last week's winner, the driver of the units moving in storage number 51, goes to the outside as well. Bold move by the Young King North Carolina driver. We're used to those bold moves, though, by Danny Bone in the North American Construction 57 on the outside there. Let's see if he's got anything for Fleming on this restart. Here we go. The Mod Squad is loose again. Fleming to the gas, side by side, the race is on to the south turn. Fleming has it on the bottom, washes up. Here comes Junior Snow outside to the inside. The Young King North Carolina driver with the pink bumper goes to the bottom. Side by side, dancing through the north turn. Danny Bone with a masterful job getting that thing to the throttle and getting it back to the inside in front of Snow.
Yeah, he really had to make a gap there for him to get down. Successful at that. Meanwhile, stacking up just a little bit in turns 3 and 4, Tim Brown has now made his way up to the 6th place position.
Mike Speeney in 4th position behind that cluster of cars that we see on the track right now. Your leader, the showstopper, stopping the show right now in the lead in that Surrey Chemicals Jerry Hunt Supercenter number 16, and he has a healthy advantage here. 100 lapper for the modifieds tonight. We're only 11 laps in. Yellow flag is out. Randy Butner goes for a spin in the infield grass. The great veteran, Randy Butner, winner of 20 races here at the famed quarter mile. A great veteran of the modified wars here in the South. Greg Butcher trucking on the side of that machine. Greg Butcher also races here in the modifieds and is a staunch supporter of modified racing. A driver himself, somebody with drag races. This whole crew here, this whole group, they love to go drag racing together as well. Really cool family. Hey, the cone is back out. I love these hurry-up cautions.
Wasting no time here.
I like how the 16 fakes. Let's get to the cone, guys.
Danny Bone's going to choose the inside this time instead of the outside. Meanwhile, that 51 going to go to the outside lane of Junior Snow. Keep in mind, too, here at Bowman Gray, we do count cautions up to a certain point. Once we get down to the final 15 laps, then we stop counting.
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, I got to tell you, this is a second bold move in a row. You're talking about a very confident driver in that unit's moving in storage number 51 right now, and he took the outside with Chris Fleming. A very bold move for the youngster. Green flag is out.
Oh, he's going to squeeze Danny Bone, similar to what he just did to him. Oh, a little bit of mind game with the braking there. He's still there, though. Danny Bone's not going to let him have it that easy. Caution is out.
One. We got a big one in the south turn right now, and it is Speeney in the number 10 machine. Dan Speeney, Crab Smith. It looks like the number 5 car is involved as well, and I think that's Gerald Robinson Jr.'s number 39, yes, on the bottom right there. So a 4-car incident here in the south turn right now.
It looks like they're on top of each other from this angle.
Butner looks like in there. Spini getting out.
Oh yeah. See, the car is actually. Oh, he's getting
Spini's not happy, and he gets on Butner's car. He's on top of the hood right now, being held back by track officials. Spini is not happy. Dan Spini showing his displeasure to Randy Butner, the driver of the number 5. Young driver and veteran having words here at Bowman Gray Stadium under the yellow flag after this melee. Officials have held back Spini. He is hot under the collar.
Oh.
And now he'll take the ride back with Jimmy Brown in the Midway Mobile Storage cart.
I thought he was going to fake it for a minute. You know how they're like, I'm fine. And they just like run around. And
I wonder how much damage is. It looks like there's a lot of damage on the left front of Butner's number 5 there, the white machine. We'll know more when he pulls it away. But we've got a little cleanup here to do, so we'll probably take a quick commercial break. But, man, don't go away too long. Go to the refrigerator, okay?
Grab a snack.
We might take a little Winston-Salem break here. We might take a little flow break alongside of it. But you know what? I invite you to go get a snack. Okay? Go get you a nice snack.
It's fine.
Maybe a little drinky poo.
What time is it?
It's only 9 o'clock. Go get yourself some warm milk if you're an old person. Come on back for the Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds, because we are only 15 laps into this 100-lap affair, and we'll be back live on Flow Racing.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Welcome back to the Madhouse. 16 laps into the 100-lap modified event tonight. We're just cleaning up a little mess here in the south turn, and there's Crab Smith's number 99, Peterbilt on the back, and Smith Trucking. He's a trucker himself, a longtime trucker, hard-working man, and a stalwart, and a great veteran and lover of all modified racing.
Not the double toe here, but we are going to get this cleaned up with one wrecker. And speaking of Bowman Gray and drivers that have been here a long time, you, my friend, always have such great history and backstories. What do you got for us this week?
We got a good one tonight, because qualifying is always important here, especially in the Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds here at a tight quarter mile around a football field. Justin Mincy's been hard at work. Our buddy, he's not here, our statistician. He's recovering from an Achilles injury. He'll be back soon. But we've been combing through a lot of old statistics about qualifying, and we found some really cool stuff. Tonight's pole sitter, Chris Fleming, 13.305 seconds. But did you know who got the first pole award for qualifying at Bowman Gray Stadium? The night was May 25th, 1949. The modifieds lined up to see who would clock in the fastest lap. Curtis Turner took the top time with 19.85 seconds at 45.34 miles per hour. How about that around the famed quarter mile? The Floyd, Virginia Daredevil was driving the ultra-fast number 16, owned by Bill Snowden, the racing great. It was the first qualifying track record in the history of Bowman Gray Stadium. So Curtis Turner, 1949, 19.85 seconds. Tonight, Chris Fleming, the showstopper right there in the number 16 to number 16s.
Would you look at that?
Look at that. Chris Fleming, 13.305 seconds tonight to get the pole position. Taking the inside on the choose cone is Chris Fleming, and to the outside goes Danny Bone. To the inside goes Junior Snow. He's done with taking some risks for now. He wants to get the heart rate down, Jacqueline.
The inside lane, as long as it gets a roll in, is definitely a little bit more secure than that outside. But pace car is going to roll off.
Here we go, back to green. Running him up a little bit high there, the number 16 on Danny Bone. Danny Bone hangs on the outside now. He's going to try to get down to the bottom, but filling the hole is Junior Smith as they dance into the north turn. Bone fighting hard on the outside, and wow, Junior really gave him a good little a bit of room right there. That's some sportsmanship, and then he slides it into the turn.
Wow, really unhappy with that. Gave him quite the contacts in turns 3 and 4, but he has more problems on his hands right now as we got the Q104.1 car right behind him competing for that podium position.
Right now, your 1-2 machines are Chris Fleming and the number 16 and the 57, but behind them is a Hornet's Nest, right behind Junior Snow's number 51, because a guy in the Q104.1 gray machine has not won a race so far this year, and he is hungry. How hungry, we'll see tonight. 100 laps, 24 laps, click on the board, and right now to the back bumper of the number 104 is Tim Brown. Tim Brown, the winner last time we were here by way of Jason Meyer's disqualification. He wants win number 5 of the season.
Just hit 25 laps in the books. 100 laps is the scheduled distance here. We're looking at the battle right now for 4th and 5th place with Q104.1, followed by that number 83 of Tim Brown, who wants to make his way up and get that track position. And right behind him, the number 37 of Mike Speedy.
Right behind that is Burt Myers, okay? The 83 of Tim Brown that you see on the screen there, and Burt Myers, number 1, locked in a tie atop the Brad's Golf Cars NASCAR Modified standings right now. They are separated by only 1 Speedy right in between them, the number 37, as the battle for this championship ensues. Burt Myers wants the championship. He doesn't say he is racing for it. He wants race wins, but he doesn't want to let Tim Brown get his record 13th championship. And right now they are tied, so this is an interesting race within the race.
Now we're looking right now at quite the lead for the number 16 of Chris Fleming. And don't look now, but look, it's the number 4 of Jason Myers, who has just cracked the top 10 after coming from the 23rd position for that Fans' Choice Challenge.
Now the number 4 here, Jacqueline, is going to be able to take advantage of some of these restarts. Now that he's cracked this top 10, that kind of opens things up for him a little bit. I know the spotter was probably on the radio on those restarts, counting who's taking low, the number of cars, so he can best maximize the spots on his restart. And you're going to see that if we see a few more caution flags here, and you might see him have that chance, because $6,000 is on the line for that driver tonight if he finishes in the top 4.
Well, he's on a good track so far. Again, we're looking at Jason Myers. The caution flag is going to fly. Let's see.
Well, right now, I think it's a debris caution, but we're looking at the 44 right there of Daniel Beeson, and another competitor as we get this debris caution that we should be talking about, because last week, tying his record best finish here at Bowman Gray with a 2nd place performance. This is his first year racing for New Day Motorsports with that number 44 machine, a brand new PSR chassis, and what I really love too is his rig. He has the the coolest rig in here, because the Bob Garbarino Mystic Missile #4 on the Whelen Modified Tour, NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, has been just a tradition for so many years. And Bob, of course, is retired, but he sold the rig to Daniel Beeson, and he brings it in proudly every week. But Beeson is starting to come into his own in this New Day Motorsports team. Oh, I think we have a caution for a very special reason. Folks, the cars are stopping. There's a red flag. Oh, and if you look on the infield grass, they are laying down a marker that looks like a T. Well, there's a reason for this. That's because we're going to have some amazing paratroopers. We're going to have the lights in the sky, I think it's called. Have you ever seen this, Jacqueline?
I don't think I have. I'm going to find out, though. About to see it all unfold. There's a lot of different things that happen at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
For Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
And so I'm not sure if I've seen this actual performance or display, but fans have their phones up looking to the sky. I don't see it yet. So
no, we don't see it yet. But
something.
I think people are looking up. The fans are looking up right now. But, folks, what we're about to see is the Fire in the Sky Nighttime Pyrotechnic Parachute Jump. Can you say that? Hold on. Let's see if you can say it right here.
All right, here we go. Fire in the Sky Nighttime Pyrotechnic Parachute Jump.
That's a mouthful.
That is.
I don't know how the both of us got that right.
I read it off of his
paper.
paper.
That's a miracle.
If I didn't read it, I think Kevin Harvick.
You don't think
say
I read it?
Say it now. Say it. Don't look at it.
Don't
read
look
it.
I don't remember what it is.
Okay.
The Fire in the Sky Nighttime Pyrotechnic Parachute
Jump.
People Jump.
You got it.
Parachute people.
Is the T facing the right way, though?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I think they would know more about T than I.
Well, I'm saying it's technically
why is it a T?
Down.
Why can't it
you
be like
said T.
Why isn't it another letter?
I don't know.
But okay, so right now the
personally
modified division is in a red flag, and there is a reason, because we have this pyrotechnic jump, and our cameras are going to be searching the sky. They've already got the flag on the field house scoreboard. All the fans are now looking towards the sky too, and I think I'm seeing people.
I just got really excited, but it's a plane.
Oh, it's a plane. It might be the plane that they're jumping out of.
Do you see it blinking?
Oh, I see a plane blinking.
But I was like, oh no, that's not them.
That might not be them.
I don't know. That looks way too high.
Well, I don't know if this is a big prank. No. I am hearing the crowd outside of here. We should show the crowd here. Oh, there they are right there. You see the crowd. There's about 14,000 people here tonight. Not a capacity crowd. 16,900 roughly is the capacity crowd here at Bowman Gray Stadium, but still a great crowd on hand here for a short track auto race. And now the phones are coming out in the grandstands, and everybody's looking towards the sky, and you're going to see
They're looking back, like, behind the field house, so maybe that's why we can't see it.
This is interesting. I think it's coming up. I don't know. I'm hoping our camera people are going to be able to find it, but it's going to be a paratrooper with an American flag, and probably lit up like the 4th of July. This was supposed to happen around 4th of July weekend, and let's just update you on that. Well, the week before 4th of July weekend it was supposed to happen, but folks, it was not good conditions for jumping out of an airplane. There was a lot of wind, a lot of weather nearby. Oh, and I see it right now. It's entering.
I see it.
It's entering in front of the field house. This is great. Look at this. Red, white, and blue, folks. This is for you. Red, white, and blue onto the field house. The football field, and what a jump. What a landing here. God bless the USA. That was the Fire in the Sky.
Here's another one.
There's another one? Oh, my gosh. Here we go.
Ah.
What a great shot by our Flow Racing crew. The fans are loving it. There's a third? There is a third. Oh, here we go.
How cool
Seeing
is
these
this?
paratroopers in the middle of the night jumping out of airplanes and landing on the football field. This one around the 40-yard line. Oh, a hard landing there. But he gets up.
How cool is that? I love it.
Is there any more? I mean, geez, how many of these people
dark,
got?
so it's hard to see. They're just coming out of nowhere,
I mean, maybe that's what paratroopers do. They just come out of the night.
Yeah.
I heard pyrotechnic, so I was kind of thinking like
fire,
like spark machines and all sorts of craziness.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun because we're even in the booth here not knowing what's going on and just aimlessly looking towards the sky in hopes of seeing something just appear.
Matt, you cracked me up. We don't know what's happening up here.
I don't know what's happening. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not a liar. Like last week when I botched that finish in the sportsman division, people were like, you don't need to apologize for it on Facebook. I'm like, well, yeah, I do. I messed up. Own it. Well, right now, I don't know what's going on.
Here we go. We have more.
Oh, my gosh, this one has a American flag. Here we go. Oh, I can't wait to see this one. It's going towards turn number 3 right now.
The crowd's chanting USA. You can't hear it.
Oh, there we go. We got the shot on Flow Racing right now. This one's coming in hard and fast here to the field house. As Lee Greenwood would say, I'm proud to be an American where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died who gave that right to me, and I proudly stand up next to you, Jacqueline Drake. Look at this. God bless the USA. God bless America, Johnny Sauter. Oh, what a landing. And the track crew picks up the American flag, doing it a great honor. Crowd is on their feet here at Bowman Gray Stadium. That was amazing. What a good job by the Fire in the Sky nighttime pyrotechnic parachute jump. We're going to come back. The red flag will be lifted, and we will be modified racing once again on Flow Racing.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
And we're back here at the Madhouse after a red flag in this modified 100 for a parachute pyrotechnic jump. Folks, I don't know. You might watch the Sprint Car Million this week on Flow Racing. You might watch Thunder Road this week on Flow Racing. You might watch Utica Rome, NASCAR Weekly Racing Series track on Flow Racing, Stafford Motor Speedway, whatever you choose. But I doubt any of those races will have a red flag for people jumping out of airplanes and landing on a football field. Thank you.
And once you check that off your bingo card, as we get cars rolling, a little bit of a strategy here.
What would be What would be Bowman Gray bingo? Let's get with this. We can have some fun in the booth here.
Okay, Bowman Gray bingo.
Middle fingers.
Well, no, that's easy. That's like the free space.
It's free space.
That is the free space. Okay.
Last lap bump for a win.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a good one.
How about someone eating a snow cone? Iconic.
How about
here.
the booth eating little donuts?
We have not done that yet.
No, we have not. Zach is failing us tonight.
Well then, no more donuts for you.
Zach,
Yeah. That would be it.
Jacqueline jumping in the booth.
Already did that.
You already did that.
Check.
Mark that off your.
Check.
The cone
lights
going out
up.
by
Well,
the gloved. There's little donuts.
The lights
The cone's about to go out.
working on the
Well,
cone
I think,
too.
nope. One more time until the cones go out. But look at little donuts right there. I still got to work on that sign. because he now is
There
Mini
it is.
Donuts. It's so confusing.
Was it
Work
not
on the
mini?
branding. Look
They're
at the
not-
concession. Look
They
at
are
the trailer,
mini.
the red
what
trailer.
are you talking about? They are mini.
No, but the brand, they're called Little Donuts. And now all of a sudden he has
Oh.
a sign that says Mini. Now you see that red trailer right there. Folks, if you come to Bowman Gray Stadium, it's not just donuts. That souvenir rig right there has some great Bowman Gray Stadium t-shirts and souvenirs. If you bring your kids here, you can get checkered flags. You could get toy cars. There's so much cool things here at Bowman Gray Stadium. There's like you said, snow cones, Kona
Yes.
Ice.
I always go to Kona Ice.
Are you a Kona Ice?
Yeah.
Girl?
I get
Yeah.
the pina colada.
I mean, it's really all natural, like like
It's
that
healthy, huh?
bright red stuff that you put on the
I
ice.
don't know.
It's
I
yummy,
don't do
though.
the red.
Look as we pan here. Hey, S&R Motors right there. That's the company owned by Melvin Puddin Swisher, a longtime modified great here at Bowman Gray Stadium. And as we pan the midway, you see the arch there? I love those arches. They're just like the epitome of the architecture of this great stadium. I actually had half of my engagement photos done here at Bowman Gray Stadium
Did
years,
you?
years ago, like 12 years ago.
What was the other half?
The other half,
Like
my
you
wife
shot
chose.
here by yourself and
Well,
she.
no, my wife chose the other half. She wanted like
Did
this pretty mansion thing, and I wanted Bowman Gray Stadium. So, hey, Joey Denowitz is here. Let's.
He walked
Joey,
in.
would
He's
you like to
looking fancy
be on for a
today.
second?
He's looking
Joey
real
Denowitz,
fancy.
the
button
greatest
down.
hair in the history of NASCAR auto racing, and Joey Denowitz is actually working now on top of the ladder, I guess you'd say, with the NASCAR Weekly Racing Series
He's
and Touring
scared.
Series.
He's scared.
and,
He's running away.
A true racer. He's been a race car driver himself. And hey, come here, Joey. Joey Denowitz is a race car driver himself, late model star, go-kart star, and best known in his career for finishing second.
He's shaking his
to
head
your
the entire
announcement.
time saying no. Oh,
I love the
baiting,
fact that he's here,
baiting.
though, because this is such a great place for NASCAR racing, Jacqueline. And to see the people that are on the top of the NASCAR Touring Series and NASCAR Weekly Series coming to these racetracks each and every week is a great thing. Great hire by NASCAR, by the way, because Joey is a true racer.
Choose cone is gone. We're going to go green this time by.
And once again, Junior Snow taking the risk and taking the outside
Oh.
groove.
Wow, what a drive right there by the 16. Mind game central, but it's going to work because he's going to get the lead, followed by the number 51, Junior Snow, now in second place.
Oh, don't look now, but look who's in third place. The driver of the number 83, the Rocket. Tim Brown rockets his way into third position. Tim Brown on the move, using those restarts to get to the front of the field.
He really had to make his way up through the field after that bad initial restart. Hopefully he didn't use up too much tire doing so. Now sitting in the top 3 position. And right behind him is the number 57 of Danny Bone holding on to that 4th position.
Tim Brown has been breaking records ever since he's gotten in this division. One of the fastest modified drivers of all time. Not just your guy that wins the championships all those years, 12 NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars modified championships here at Bowman Gray Stadium, but he is also the pole king. 139 career poles for
Wow.
the Rocket. Tim Brown, one of the fastest drivers in the history of Bowman Gray Stadium and your current track record holder in this division.
Now we just came off of that long red flag, so as time goes on, heat getting back into the tires of these cars. You're going to see a lot of movement throughout the field. Some cars may be better once the tires are heated up. Some might be better once they're a little bit cooled off. So we're going to see just kind of what happens throughout the mid-pack of the field here. But Chris Fleming, man, he's doing a great job holding on to that lead. Not getting too much pressure from Junior Snow at this time. Right where he wants to be. We're 45 laps in the books currently.
40 laps into this race, and right now drivers are just feeling out these race cars. These tires don't wear that much. You know, all the drivers have been telling me the last few weeks that they can run a full 100 and be pretty good by the end of it, unless they really have a bad handling race car, maybe abuse that right front if it's pushing, abuse that right rear if it's loose. Right now, the car that we're keeping an eye on is the guy that's tied for the points lead here at Bowman Gray, and that is the Citrus Safe number 1 of Burt Myers. Myers right there on the back bumper of the Q104.1 machine of Brandon Ward. Those two have tussled here before. Burt Myers was on the way to a championship just 3 years ago when they got together, and then under caution, Brennan Ward made contact with Burt Myers, pretty much ending his championship bid. This is what I would say the second great rivalry at this place. Right now, it's the tie of the Titans atop the standings with Tim Brown and Burt Myers. Those are your biggest rivals here in the modified division. I'd say that's part two.
We just hit that halfway 50-lap mark that time by Chris Fleming's going to be your leader at halfway. Everybody just seems to be sitting pretty right now, trying to make it through until it's officially go time. Not too much movement right now all throughout the field. We can give you a quick rundown of the top 10 as it lays, with Chris Fleming, your leader, followed by Junior Snow. And as I say that, caution flag is going to fly. We've got a car stopped in turn 2.
Drew Moffitt has gone around in turn number 2. Drew Moffitt making his return to the Bowman Gray Stadium Wars, the driver of that number 51 machine. 2/10 designs on board for the driver of that black and orange machine from Lexington, North Carolina. Just saw him the other day. I think it was at Caraway Speedway, and I was like, man, where have you been? And he's like, I promise, I'm coming back this week. And I saw him this week. I saw him today in the pit area, and he's like, I told you. And I'm like, you're a man of your word, Moffitt. So it was great to see Moffitt come back here. Always love seeing a promising driver like that returning to the Madhouse. So right now, you were talking about 50 laps in, 53 laps in now. Your leader is Chris Fleming of this race, and it looks like Brian Lofton has pulled up to pit in that number 69 machine, typically driven by John Holloman the fourth. Brian Lofton, one of the greats here at Bowman Gray Stadium, a 6-time winner, but he's also won in the Touring Series races here. But Chris Fleming, your leader right now. Junior Snow sits in second position. The number 83 of Tim Brown sits in the third position. Fourth position, Danny Bone. And the number 57 making another appearance. He always comes here for the big races. Fifth place, Brandon Ward. Sixth place, Burt Myers. Seventh place, Daniel Beeson. Eighth place is the number 37 car of Mike Speeney. Ninth place will be Lee Jeffries. And 10th right now, still in 10th, trying to make his way up to the top 4 is Jason Myers, who took the Fans Challenge for a $6,000 bonus.
We're going to knock a little bit of laps off here with the caution, doing a little bit of pacing. So we have gotten to lap 54 currently before the choose cone comes back out.
Choose cone will probably come back the next time by. Brian Lofton has exited the pit area and rejoined the field in that Black Sand Company number 69. He and his son Carson Lofton, a young 15-year-old modified driver, work on that number 69 car, typically driven by John Holloman. It's at their shop that they work on it, and they're always here every week, not competing any longer at Bowman Gray Stadium, but enjoying family time working on John Holloman's modified. And Carson's learning a lot wrenching on these race cars, not just driving.
Oh, I bet. Anytime you can be hands-on, I think it also really enhances you as a driver, because you can know what you want, communicate that, and that's into all levels of motorsports. It's a skill that you can use throughout your entire motorsports career, so I love to always hear that. While we were under this caution, we did have the number 39 of Gerald Robinson Jr. exit, go to the pits, and return back to the racetrack. Cone is out. The cone is out. Let's see what they choose this time at the line.
Here's the cone. And choosing the outside is Junior Snow once again. Can he mount a charge, or is he going to do what he did last time, which was just try to get to the bottom? If you're trying to get to the bottom, you know, if you can't get that launch, you might as well start in third, is my thought. Now he's going to have his hands full, because the driver starting on the inside of the second row is definitely going to do his due diligence to fill that hole and not let the 51 down, and that is Tim Brown in that Dayglow Orange, number 83. 56 laps on the scoreboard here at the historic Fieldhouse, and Fleming runs him high there on the start. Green flag is out. Junior Snow gets to the bottom. Side by side for P3. On the bottom is Tim Brown. On the outside, Danny Bone as they dance to the north turn.
Great work by Junior Snow, able to find a gap and capitalize. Tim Brown got a little bit caught up there on the restart, not exactly on his toes where you normally would see him. Danny Bone on the outside of him, followed by Brandon Ward and Burt Myers.
Oh boy, the battle for fourth is on right now. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, side by side around this racetrack. A tight quarter-mile oval, hard to race side by side in these 600 horsepower open-wheeled breathing dragons. But they're doing it here in front of 14,000 fans and putting on a spectacular show.
Throw a blanket over them, all battling for that third, fourth, fifth, sixth position. Right behind them, the 44 of Daniel Beeson's going to get a little bit of shot from behind from the 37 of Speeney.
Now Myers goes down to the bottom. The car stuck on the outside is the number 57 of Danny Bone. He's going to get freight trained back to the back. Here comes Burt Myers closing in. He's on the bottom. He's going to take the fifth spot.
Not what Danny Bone wants to see right now. Going to get that freight train continuing. The gap opens up. He's going to be able to get down just a little bit. Burt Myers now sitting in the fifth place position. Tim Brown, podium in third currently.
That's big for Burt Myers. He wants to stay as close as he can to the driver, that 83. They're locked on top of the point standings in a tie heading into tonight. Race meet number 9 of the season here at Bowman Gray Stadium. 64 laps on the board. Chris Fleming is still your leader.
Lots of shots from behind with Dan Speeney to the number 44 of Daniel Beeson, trying to get around him, seems to be holding them up. And behind Speeney, you're going to find the number 75 of Lee Jeffries and Jason Myers rounding out your top 10. So lots of pushing from behind as we're working on lap 66 this time.
Here comes a good battle. You were talking about it right there. Beeson is holding off a ferocious charge by the driver of that number 37, Mike Speeney. Speeney, the silver machine, the shooting targets machine. Another shot to the back bumper of the 44. He moves him out of the way and takes the spot.
He's been trying.
And now the 44 gets into the number 75 of Lee Jeffries, and Jeffries goes around, and the caution flag is out. And look, who else is involved?
Jason Myers,
who's in the 10th position.
That's predictable. I knew that was going to happen. As soon as he pulled down the inside, you're going into the entry of the corner.
Not a good angle.
No, not a good angle. Lee Jeffries is going to make his way around and get right behind Speeney, hoping to secure his spot. Did he actually stop? Yeah, so.
Yeah, the 75 stop, so I don't think he's going to get that spot back. But let's look at the Flow Racing replay and see what happens here, because Speeney gets into the back bumper of the 44 once, not just once, but twice. And now the 44 gets off the gas and lets him have the spot right there. But look, just like you said, the angle going into the turn, not a good one. And he gets into the backside, the left rear tire of Lee Jeffries.
Yeah,
wonder if there's any damage on the left front of Jason Myers' black number 4 right there.
I can't tell with that, but what I could tell is the 44, that right front, seemed to get quite a bit of a hit just then when Lee Jeffries came down. He's going to come around the track right here, see if I see anything with my eagle eyes.
Yeah, I wonder if it knocked the toe in a little bit. It looks like it might have knocked the toe in just a little bit on the number 44. The number 4 looks clean there. Looks like there's not any damage to that car. So good news for Jason Myers as he continues his quest. Now a little bit more of a challenge, but he took the fans' challenge. Starting at the rear of the pack after qualifying in the top 4, if he finishes in the top 4, a $6,000 bonus.
It's not out of the question here. This time by will be lap 70, so we still have 30 laps to go to make it happen. We're right at that feel-good spot where they do the weekly shows, typically a 35-lap distance there. So plenty of time to make this happen. I have faith in Jason Myers, but the front of the field is a little ferocious tonight. They're battling pretty hard around that 3rd, 4th, 5th position. Of course, in those positions we have 2 of the champions, the Titans as you like to call them, Brandon Ward, who's having a good outing, quick car tonight. And meanwhile, Chris Fleming has just been up front leading this thing like it's no big deal.
Yeah, I mean, he started on the outside of the front row as the choose cone will come out, so we'll see who chooses high, if Junior Snow will choose high once again and take the risk. Who will be the brave guy that jumps to the outside right here? And Junior Snow putting it up there again. A very bold move for the sophomore sensation out of King, North Carolina.
That was surprising. Meanwhile, so here we go. We got the two champs lined up side by side.
Second row right now. Tim Brown and choosing the outside. Burt Myers. Here we go, Bowman Gray.
It's going to be good.
71 laps on the board, and it's going to get interesting here at the Madhouse.
You're going to be jumping in a minute. I can
think
feel
so.
it.
Chris Fleming, your leader right now as we're about to come to green. The young driver, Junior Snow. The Snowman on the outside, and the two Titans locked in a tie for the points lead. Line up third and fourth.
Caution
False start
flag,
here.
yeah.
Yellow flag is back out. We will go and re-rack them and restack them one more time around, and we'll unleash 600 horsepowers. Modifieds times 24. Still have a lot of racing left for you. The second twin 20 for the sportsman division, and you saw a lot of fireworks in that first one, so I bet you we're going to see a lot more. And then 2 stadium stock races, so keep it tuned to Flow Racing. 72 laps on the board. The modifieds, the gloves are about to come off. Back to the green flag goes Chris Fleming. A great jump by him. Junior Snow tries to wrestle his 51 down to the bottom. He does so successfully. Now the battle is on for third position. It's Tim Brown on the bottom. On the top, it's Burt Myers, side by side, wheel to wheel, Nerf bar to Nerf bar, coming off of turn number 4. Burt Myers gets the P3 spot, but can he hang on the outside? Making a charge off of turn number 2. Give Burt Myers the spot. He goes down. Contact between him and Tim Brown.
Wow, side by side there, contact, and that created a chain reaction all the way back further into the field with Dan Speeney and Lee Jeffries, because it created that chain reaction, bumper to bumper to bumper, starting with Burt Myers and Tim Brown right there. So, wow, I was shocked to see Burt Myers able to come down there and capitalize and get a gap with Tim Brown. Him not happy, though, when they entered into turns 3 and 4. Clearly, I'm surprised Burt Myers was able to keep that car under control.
Second incident for the both of those drivers, Mike Speeney in the number 37 and Lee Jeffries. I think we have a replay there. That was a very interesting restart there, and how Burt Myers fought himself on the outside there. Let's take a look at the Flow Racing replay. Myers getting it right there, and he's going to try to move down to the bottom
Clear
on entry, and he lets off pretty early in the 85, gives him a shot there going into the turn. Some great racing here at Bowman Gray Stadium. That kind of caused a little bit of a backup there when the sparks flew, and I think people overreacted maybe behind them.
Interesting enough, we talk about this a lot with modifieds, but one of the mind games is the braking points and when you can use that. So as you spoke to Burt Myers braking maybe a little bit earlier, anticipating Tim to hit him, either hoping that he hits him before the entry of the corner and getting him square, or he really just wanted to upset him, which seemed a little bit more like the second option because it was so much further back into the entry of the corner. Typically, if you're going to do a square braking, that's going to happen at the center of the corner instead. So, man, this is going to get heated here. We're going to have the choose cone come back out. We'll see kind of what they decide and what track position is going to be determined. We have 77 laps in the books. Man, things are getting dicey.
100 laps tonight for the Brad's Golf Cars Modified Divisions, and what I love about this right now is the choose cone restarts. Double file, make you smile, as my friend Ben Dodge used to say, the great announcer in the Northeast for Thompson Speedway, Riverside Park, and Stafford Motor Speedway, which is a track you can see each and every week on Flow Racing. You know, hey, I'm going to say it because I work for Flow Racing also full-time in the film and documentaries department, but NASCAR Weekly Racing Series on Flow. You got to watch it, you know, from Hickory to, you know, there's so many darn tracks. It's ridiculous. Utica Rome was on last night.
We have 15 tracks that are streamed weekly, not including all the Crown Jewel events.
Yes.
That are tracks that aren't streamed every
South
single
Boston
week.
last week.
We also have the Modified Division, the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Divisions, ARCA East, ARCA West, ARCA Main, replays on a lot of that. And we have Summer Shootout currently, Legend Cars at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So quite the package of asphalt short track racing. And here we are, choose cone. Oh, Junior Snow going to go to the outside again. smart move, I think, though, by Burt Myers. Going to stay to that inside lane, and Brandon Ward choosing the outside. Going to round out that top front rows there. And, man, Tim Brown, he's going to stay the inside, too, although it's going to put him in 5th.
I'll tell you what, the driver, that number 51, is getting a lot of confidence. That car has woken up the last few weeks, and you've seen that number 51 up front, and you're seeing it right now. Leading Nerf bar to Nerf bar against the number 16. Big contact there. Give the 16 the spot. Fleming to the lead. Wow. Brandon Ward from out of nowhere now shoots into P2. The snow machine files down to the inside. Finally, a really rough restart for that young driver.
Burt Myers looking to come to that inside lane, but almost anticipating the hit from behind. Doesn't commit to that. Caution flag's going to come out this time, and it looks to me who
like
is involved there. Debris.
I believe so. I don't see anybody
Randy
spun on the
Butner
racetrack.
seems stopped though at one point.
Okay. Well, that was an interesting restart. I was just talking about the confidence of the young driver in the number 51 car, and he couldn't get to the bottom right there. Well, he was trying to, but he and the 16 were Nerf bar to Nerf bar pressing into each other on that restart. That was one of the most interesting restarts of the night so far because he was pressing down on the 16 very aggressively there.
Trying to crowd him there. And hats off to Chris Fleming, who has perfectly executed restart after restart after restart throughout the entire night. Flow Racing replay here.
This is going to be an interesting replay to watch here because what I want to look at is it's hard to fire from the outside. The 16 fires first, but if you watch the 51, who's probably sick and tired of being moved up a little bit coming out of the turn, now look at him. He drives down into the 16. He's trying to get that spot. No harm, no foul. The 16 didn't do anything wrong there, and Junior kind of ended up, screwing up himself a little bit there, and he loses one spot to Brandon Ward, but you got to give him credit for trying right there. The lights are out on the pace car, and we are about to go green here in the north turn. Little cat and mouse game between the two leaders as Snow chooses the outside again. You've seen a few restarts where it looks like when the 16 fires, he kind of moves up. Naturally that right rear is going to spin a little bit and making contact with the 51 on the outside. And that's a little gamesmanship between a veteran race car driver, a very smart one on the inside, and a young, very passionate race car driver on the outside who's quickly becoming a superstar of the Madhouse. Green flag is back out.
That was a good side-by-side restart there. Oh, Junior Snow's going to try to make his way down, but here comes Brandon Ward. He's not going to have it. We're going to head into turns 3 and 4. Side-by-side now with Burt Myers with that Q1 of 4.1. Tim Brown now sitting in 5th. Going to watch this, 5th. Going to watch this all go down for that 3rd, 4th place position battle.
Tim Brown watching this with a big smile on his face, sitting in the 4th position because right in front of him, side-by-side, is Myers and Ward. Wow, Burt Myers from the outside, give him P3 around Ward on the outside. Now he works to the back bumper of Junior Snow's number 51, and back bumper he is. He gives him a shot in the north turn. Chris Fleming is loving seeing this in his rearview mirror, and now the Snowman has to hold off the charge of Burt Myers. The ace is behind him. 51, 1, P2, P3 at the Madhouse. 89 laps on the board. 11 laps to go in this 100-lap modified affair.
Burt Myers all over the back bumper of Snowman here. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold him off. Burt looks like he's on a mission, hitting him after every single corner, not even hitting him really square there. He's just trying to capitalize. We only have 9 laps to go this time by.
I'll tell you what, Junior Snow, young race car driver, playing great defense there in that unit's machine. And, it's hard to defend it when you get a shot at a certain point in the corner. But he is trying to make sure he gets hit square in the corners right there. But Burt Myers is working that bumper, working the back bumper of the number 51. This is the big battle on the track right now. Can Burt Myers get by the 51 and have clear sailing to catch the leader, Chris Fleming?
if he could get this worked out, and a little bit of chaos happens with only a handful of laps left. Jason Myers is currently sitting in 7th place position, going for that fans challenge as well. So we have brother and brother all underneath that blanket. You can throw it over from 2nd to 7th right there.
The outside line has not worked at all tonight for many drivers. Burt Myers, one of the few to make it happen tonight, but right now he's trying to work his way around the bottom and work his way around the 51, but no can do. It's like Baltic and Monopoly. He's protecting that thing at all costs, protecting that low line, tucked down against the concrete and the little turtles down there, the little speed bumps with 4 laps to go. That still is the battle on the track right now because Chris Fleming has checked out. All eyes. Nobody's looking at the leader right now. Everybody's looking at this battle for second.
Burt Myers is doing all he can to try to move Junior Snow out of the way, and he's unable to do so. Brandon Ward also getting a little bit frustrated in the seat, hoping that he can move that second place out of the way. But Junior Snow's going to hold on for all he can. We only have 3 laps to go.
2 laps to go. Chris Fleming in the lead, but this is the battle on the track. Can the veteran make the 51? The Snowman drive it a little harder in the corners. He does not that time around. Great driving by the driver, that number 51. He won last week. Can he come home with a second place finish the very next week? White flag is out. Coming around the north turn right now is the driver of the number 16. The modified 100 winner is Chris Fleming.
Chris Fleming, great drive by him all night. Had a dominating car and executed perfectly with strategy on the restarts and able to even pull away there at the end. Chris Fleming going to be your winner, followed by the 91 of Junior Snow. Then we have the number 1 of Burt Myers, and to round it out of the top 4, it'll be the 04 of Brandon Ward, as Chris Flemings will take his Victory Lane Parade lap in this 100-lap modified feature event today.
Chris Fleming right there with the checkered flag. And okay. You know, we were talking about numbers before, right? Curtis Turner winning the first ever track record here at Bowman Gray in the number 16 Bill Snowden machine. And tonight, winning the pole was the number 16 machine that you're seeing right there of Chris Fleming. Well, the number 16 now takes his 16th career modified feature event win.
It must just be the lucky number tonight.
Yes, I think
so. It all irons out like
the showstopper just did it, man. The showstopper took it from the point, and he didn't let anything bother him tonight. Nothing, no contact, no challenges from the outside on the restart, and he drove damn near a perfect race tonight. Let's go down to Randy Pulliam in Victory Lane with the showstopper. Tonight's big winner of the Modified 100, it's Chris Fleming.
Sweat pouring from his eyebrow. Coming up next, 20 laps for the McDowell Heating and Air Sportsman Series. Pouring the cold bottle of water down the back of his neck. And as he climbs out, let him hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Fleming, the showstopper. Chris, well, first off, it's a great decision not to take the fans challenge. Got a fortunate draw, but you had the field covered from the very start. You checked out, my friend.
Yeah, the car's really fast. Like I said, Bill Steen done a shock adjustment last week, and the car was really getting a good drive up off the corner. Getting down in the corner's good. But I'll tell you, me and Rudy Peels worked ourselves to death on this car, and we got a great crew. All our guys, most of them was older, and it's hard for them to get to the shop. But I just got to thank Jesus Christ for all he's done for me. This is nothing to me. You know, I'm nothing. I'm just absolutely nothing. You know, everybody's looking down here. Chris Fleming won, but I'm nothing. You know, standing in front of Jesus Christ, it's going to do no good. But I want to thank all my sponsors. Jerry Hunt Super Center, Todd, I love you, man. I appreciate everything you've done for me. Perkins' Associates, Hodges Realty. I got to thank Crab Smith. Crab's like my brother. He fusses at me, but I love Crab. He's like family. I got to thank my brother, too. Surrey Chemicals. Who have I forgot? Oh, yeah. I got to thank Taylor Auto Parts. He's come on board. I love Andrea and Thomas, what all they've done for me. I appreciate that. But all my sponsors, if I forget you, I appreciate all of you. Thank you, fans. God bless you all. Thank you.
Chris, 2 wins on the season. Your 16th career win moves you into a tie with Bobby Myers and Danny Bone.
Wow. I love, if I'm even in the record book with them guys, they're both great. And, of course, Danny's a great friend of mine, but thank you.
Congratulations once again to Chris Fleming. He's going to head over to the Carolina Wood Floors Winner's Circle. Brad Walsh has some hardware to hand over to the showstopper.
Faith, family, and Flemings. That's the story tonight at Bowman Gray Stadium, the Modified 100 winner to the showstopper, Chris Fleming. We'll come back on Flow Racing. The fireworks will continue as we have our second of twin Sportsman Division races next on Flow Racing.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Madhouse. Night 1089. I'm Matthew Dillner, joined by Jumping Jacqueline Drake, who jumped in the booth earlier with some of the action that we saw in the Sportsman Division, and we're getting set to see some more. Will there be some paybacks? We've got an inverted field of 16, so the winner starts 16th. Well, let's give you the starting lineup for the second 20-lapper for the McDowell Heating and Air Sportsman Division. Starting on the pole, the young man from Wahlberg, North Carolina, in the Tri-County Real Estate, number 54, it's Braden Mills. Alongside the youth gone wild on this front row, the driver from Louisville, North Carolina, the Connor Branch machine, the Camnell Construction sponsored number 7 of Connor Branch.
Starting in that second row inside from Lexington, North Carolina, you'll find the number 15 of T. Dawson. And to the outside from Thomasville, North Carolina, the 38 of Mitch Gales.
Starting 5th tonight, a father of 6 from Lexington, North Carolina, the Clifton Plumbing DMC Auto Exchange machine for Kurt Sheets. And on the outside, the younger brother of the Donkey Strong Racing Team from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the driver, the Kevin Says Yes.com, number 51, it's Austin Taylor.
Starting in that 4th row, and we just saw a lot of drama happen between these drivers.
Ooh, what a row.
To the inside from Yadkinville, North Carolina, you'll find the number 19 of Michael Adams. And to his outside from Walkertown, North Carolina, from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, you'll find the number 55 of Zach Orr.
Starting 9th tonight in the black number 22 machine from Advance, North Carolina, is the driver of the number 22, the former 2-time Stadium Stock champion. It's Wesley Thompson. And to the outside of the Walkertown Auto Sales Lindley Plumbing machine, the 07, the real deal, Riley Neal.
And starting in 11th, row 6 from Walkertown, North Carolina, you'll find the number 21 of Tommy the Tiger Neal. And to the outside from King, North Carolina, the number 12 of Justin Taylor.
Donkey Strong. Starting 13th tonight, the CNC Lock and Key, number 28 from Lexington, it's Nate Gregg. And on the outside of that row is the 03 from Winston-Salem, the Duggins Welding West Y Beard Company machine. It's Sterling Plemons.
Rounding us out for tonight, starting in row number 8 from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, you'll find the number 31 of Chase Robertson. And to the outside from Walkertown, North Carolina, she just won the first sportsman feature of the night, the number 2 of Amber Lynn. And finally, at the end of this field, starting in 17th position from Walberg, North Carolina, you'll find the number 13 of Tucker Myers.
Tucker Myers bringing out the rear of the field. Great to see Tucker Myers in that backup Robertson machine. But now, circulating the quarter-mile oval will be the second of twin 20s for the McDowell Heating and Air Sportsman Division. Your winner of the first one, Amber Lynn, lines up 16th. This is going to be a barn burner, folks. Get ready for 20 laps of mayhem. The Sportsman Division is green for twin number 2, and T. Dawson gets spun around. Carolina Cowboys not hanging on for 8 seconds. He's in the infield grass.
We're going to keep it green, though, and there's lots of chaos to the front of the field right now. The leader currently, though, Braden Mills, was able to hold on to it. Connor Branch, nope, that is Riley Neal. Riley Neal in second, followed by Zach Orr, and then we have Connor Branch in 4th, and the number 6 of Kirk Sheets. So caution finally did come out for that number 15.
There is the 15.
Sit in the infield of T. Dawson. Going to need a little bit of push from our Midway Mobile Storage. Gator golf cart.
Yeah, it's like a Gator thing, but there's the Carolina Cowboys. Fresh off his best career finish last week, a top 10 finish for T. Dawson last week in the Carolina Cowboys car. And the Carolina Cowboys, a PBR team. They're going to be in Winston-Salem.
So I actually knew.
Not PBR like the beer. I'm talking about, the bull riding. Okay, cool.
I actually knew about the Carolina Cowboys because, so I'm from Texas, so the Cowboys, and then living in Carolina. My fantasy football team is Carolina Cowboys.
Oh. But this is a little different.
It's different. Matt Strickard saw something that said Carolina Cowboys merchandise once, and he sent it to me. And I didn't realize it already existed. And it does. And yes, you're right. Bull riding, apparently.
Well, let's see how he got bucked off here. Coming to the green, he gets to the throttle and gets into the outside of Zach Orr, his teammate.
Oh.
And the thing just unloaded on him. So T. Dawson goes into the infield grass there. And now he'll just tip the Cowboy hat and tag the tail of the field. But the Carolina Cowboys machine will have to go to the rear of the field. Oh, it's bird season there.
There we go.
On Bowman Gray.
Mark it off your bingo card. I should make a Bowman Gray bingo card, though. So, like, when people are watching, then they could check it off.
Can I do that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, Bowman Gray bingo card. Look out for our socials. The pace truck has now hit the infield, and we're going back to green. 2 laps on the board. Braden Mills is your leader.
Whoa, big shot from behind from Zach Orr before they even get to the start-finish line. Riley Neal, though, going to put pressure behind Mills and move him out of the way there on the back straightaway.
Riley Neal gently moves his way to the bottom and now to the lead off of turn number 4 past Braden Mills. Give the lead to the young Real Deal, but here comes Zach Orr, one of the most aggressive drivers in the history of North Carolina.
The Real Deal, in fact, he started 10th. We're 3 laps in, and now he's leading this field. Behind him, chaos, though. Lots of cars into each other, battling for that 4th place position. Michael Adams has now worked his way underneath the number 6 of Kirk Sheets.
There is Michael Adams right there, and the Smex number 22 is behind them. Wesley Thompson, a very loose race car, as he's underneath the 6. And now we've got a spin at the back of the field in turn number 3 and 4. Amber Lynn has gone around, and the 31, your points leader, Chase Robertson, is spun. The Jerry Hunt Supercenter black number 31 right there is spun. He is your points leader in the McDowell Heating and Air Sportsman Division. And, oh, boy, the plot has thickened. There is the 38 of Mitch Gales and the 51 of Austin Taylor. Let's see what damage the 31 has there, Jacqueline. As he tries to get that car refired and turned around. It's very tight to get your car turned around here when you spin. Doesn't look like, it looks like both tires are up on the left side of the number 31. Jerry Hunt Supercenter, Mike Herman Racing, number 31.
With no hood. Did he have no hood earlier?
Yep. Started the race without one.
I missed that. Oh, right. So going to join back up to the back of the field. Looks like tow truck is out, though, for that number 36.
Mitch Gales right there. A great veteran of this division right there.
38.
Yeah, 38, yep. And, you know, he's won here before in the sportsman division. Auto Supply of Thomasville on board for that Thomasville driver. And you know what? While they hook this truck up, I think it's a perfect time for a break. So we'll give Mitch Gales a break. You know, you don't want TV time when your car's wrecked, but it is great to mention his sponsor, and I hate it for Mitch. He's a great guy, old veteran of this division that we love so much. He'll get towed behind the field house, and we'll be back for the remainder of the sportsman race live on Flow Racing.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Welcome back to Bowman Gray Stadium, and we are going green right here. Riley Neal continuing to lead the field here as they go into turns 1 and 2, followed by Zach Orr all over the back bumper of that 07.
6 laps on the board, coming to lap 7 for the McDowell Heating Air Sportsman Division, and Zach Orr to the back bumper of the Real Deal, Riley Neal. Can the youngster hang on? With the aggressive Zach Orr to his back bumper. Braden Mills sits in 3rd position. In 4th position, trying to get his way around, is Michael Adams. Michael Adams suggesting to the bottom of the number 54. Here comes Michael Adams. He wants 3rd position. Side by side out of the south turn. Give the spot to the Yadkinville driver.
Michael Adams now sitting in third place, going to wash up a little bit there in turn 4. And Braden Mills now going to hold on to that fourth place position, but not for long though. Kirk Sheets closing in the gap, rounding out your top 5. Meanwhile, we have a battle going on for 6th position. Bumper tag from behind between the number 12 and 22 right here. And here comes Sterling Plemons.
Whoa, you see the gloves coming off right there between the 22 and the 12. And right behind him, Plemons, on the brakes hard, almost like a brake check from Justin Taylor. The Donkey Strong machine right into the 03 of Plemons. Those drivers don't look like they're happy with each other right now on the track at all. 11 laps down in this 20-lap affair. The number 12, the number 03, trading sheet metal back and forth. Bumper tag around this quarter-mile oval. The 22 washes up right there of Wesley Thompson. That opens the door just ever so slightly for Justin Taylor, but he's got his hands full with the 03 to his back bumper.
Damage on that number 12 on the inside of that door, but Sterling Plemons is going to continue to beat on the back bumper of that 12 to see if he can get underneath him. Don't look now, though. Contact again, and right behind him, Nate Gregg and Amber Lynn.
That's a battle for 7th, folks. Right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all kind of spread out. Everybody in the Madhouse is looking at this because Justin Taylor is hanging on, going that low line right there sideways, coming out of turn number 4. Now he's on the back bumper of the number 22 of Wesley Thompson. Thompson's car is pushing so much that he is leaving the bottom exposed, and that can create problems when you're racing here around the Madhouse.
Only 4 laps left to go, and Riley Neal continuing to lead over Zach Orr. You're looking at the battle back into 7th. Sterling Plemons is going to try to look down.
The 12 chops down on him, and Plemons gives him the business coming out of turn number 4. Into turn number 1, Plemons again to the back bumper of the number 12. Side by side, they go down the back straightaway. Nate Gregg fills the hole and gets by. Give that spot to Sterling Plemons. 2 laps to go. There is the real deal trying to hang on. The number 55 of Zach Orr with 1 lap to go. 2 more corners to go for Riley Neal. Oh boy. Coming off of turn number 4, give tonight's second sportsman win to the real deal, Riley Neal.
Checkered flag out for Riley Neal, finishing and winning this race, followed by Zach Orr in second place. Third is going to be given to Michael Adams, and rounding out your top 4 is going to be the number 54 of Braden Mills. Something that happened further back in the field that you guys did not see is the 21 of Tommy Neal did several laps in this feature event with his hood up, could not see completely. Meanwhile, Riley Neal right here celebrating on the front stretch, going to turn that 0-7 around.
Good run also for the number 6, finishing 5th tonight, Kirk Sheets. Great to see that run from Kirk Sheets. Interesting ending to that race right there. But now Riley Neal celebrating with his father, Kevin Neal, that whole crew there, the Walkertown gang there with the American flag for the real deal as he goes by his papa, the great Tiger Tommy Neal, and now celebrating on the backstretch with the red, white, and blue is the real deal.
The number 7 of Connor Branch, who stopped on the backstretch, looks to be having engine issues, potentially overheating, had a lot of smoke.
Looked like a geyser there on the backstretch there for a little while. You see all that trail of fluid right there. But, hey, let's go back to Victory Lane because this is pretty cool. Entering Carolina Wood Floors Victory Lane is the real deal. His 4th career win at Bowman Gray Stadium, and this is going to be a celebration. The whole family has entered Victory Lane. Let's go down to Randy Pulliams with the real deal.
Of his Bowman Gray Stadium career. Riley Neal, ladies and gentlemen. picks up win number 2 on the season. Whoops. Riley. Getting a hug for Kevin. Riley, second win of the season, 4th of your career. You came into the night second in points. Pretty good night for you.
Yeah, it was a really good night. I just can't thank my parents enough for getting me here every week. The most of all, the Lord for giving me the strength to do this every day. This one's for Adam Eaton. Tomorrow's his birthday. He's my crew chief. But I just can't thank Walkertown Auto Sales, Walkertown Pawn and Gun, CNC Lock and Key, Triad Custom Trim, Garage Doors of the Triad LLC, Philip Gossett at Gossett's Landscaping Nursery, Lindley Plumbing, Jeremy Hancock at the Walkertown Mill, Two Broke Girls Cleaning Services. Just everybody remember, keep Emma in your prayers. I think that's about it.
Emma's Army. Thank you once again, Riley Neal.
Oh, wow. Riley Neal, a very good Victory Lane interview by Riley Neal, a very likable young man and character of the Madhouse, and turning into one heck of a race car driver. You saw that really good move to get the lead around Braden Mills. He did it the right way. Didn't just move him out of the way or anything. He worked his way around that 54. So that is your sportsman winner. So Amber Lynn winning the first, the second to Riley Neal. We still have two stadium stock races, and they are going to be barn burners. So we're going to take a quick break on Flow Racing and be back with the Buzz Bombers, the stadium stocks at Bowman Gray.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Welcome back to the Madhouse. We are getting set for tonight's first stadium stock race. We're going to give you the starting lineup right here for the first race for the Buzz Bombers. And I'm switching things up here in the booth and throwing a curveball to my friend here, Jacqueline Drake, and she's going to call the start of this race and the finish of this race, or at least to start, right? But I want you to start the starting lineup. I always start it. Let's go ladies first.
Let's go. Starting in front row to the inside on pole from Wilkesboro, North Carolina. You have the number 52 of Nick Bell. And to his outside from King, North Carolina, the number 55 of Jeremy Smith.
Starting third tonight, the number 17 from Lexington, North Carolina, just down the road, the barbecue capital of North Carolina. It's Andy Southern in the black number 17. And to the outside, the Grease Bug, the number 58 from East Bend, North Carolina. It's David Beauchamp.
Starting in that third row inside from Advance, North Carolina, the number 2 of Carson Reed. And to the outside from Lexington, North Carolina, the number 48 of Junior Smith.
All right, starting seventh tonight, welcome back the number 33, DJ Dean. And to the outside, a car that we are going to keep an eye on tonight because he was in the booth the other week, the last time we were here. And now he's in a race car. And Patrick Mullen's machine tonight is Ryan Flores in the Get It Clean number 39. Let's give you the rest of the lineup as we're about to hit the green flag. Austin Shoemate, Levi Holt, Brad Michalowski, Andrew Mason, Kenny Dixon, welcome back. Ricky Wall, Darrell Foster, Victor Flores as we're about to take the green. Nick Bell leads him to the green with Jeremy Smith on the outside. Bell doesn't go. Smith goes on the outside. Green flag is out.
That's everything that Jeremy Smith could hope for and more. Quite the lead that time followed by Nick Bell battling it out with the number 17 of Andy Southern. He's going to fall back, though. The outside lane is going to continue to pass.
And there's some great battles going on here.
Wow, the number 2 right there of Carson Reed actually able to get into the podium spot. We got a battle, though, further back.
Watch that 39. I told the producer, I'm like, you're going to want to watch this car because at the start, he was shot like something out of a cannon. I don't know, a cannonball. Unbelievable. That's a fast race car right there that Patrick Mullen produces. And the first time ever racing at Bowman Gray is our buddy who was up here in the booth and the co-host of the Stacking Pennies podcast on the NASCAR platform, Ryan Flores. Skip Flores, a tire changer for Penske Racing, making his debut at the Madhouse tonight in that Patrick Mullen number 39, and he has rocketed his way up to the third place. Yellow flag is out for the number 58. The Grease Bug goes around.
Caution flag is going to come out. We also have a stopped car on the back straightaway, the number 55 of Jeremy Smith right there. Seems like he had problems a little bit further back because he was slowing down on the front straightaway. So could have came out for 2 different reasons there between the 58 and the 55.
I didn't see that. Good eye. I didn't see that. I'm sitting there going, what is she talking about? I look up.
There it is.
Good eye. Oh, man, that's a bad night right there to start on the outside pole and then, 4 laps in and you're getting pushed off by the Midway Mobile Storage Jimmy Brown driven Gator.
I think it was electrical because it just cut off. It just cut off. There was no power at all. It seemed to me from this standpoint. Not a pit reporter tonight, so I'm not down there telling you exactly what's happening. But we have now approached 5 laps in the books this time by. Flagman's going to show 4 laps in the books this time by. Flagman's going to show 1 to go. 15 laps is the scheduled distance for this Stadium Stock Division race. We also have another Stadium Stock Division race after this, so stick around.
I'm going to say my buddy right there in the P3 spot, Ryan Skip Flores, that Patrick Mullen machine is very fast, and he showed so much speed at the start there. It's going to be interesting to see if he can navigate his way around these 2 cars in front of him. This is not an easy place to get around. Andy Southern knows that as he takes the green. Now the battle's on for second. Give it to Flores on the bottom around the number 2 car of Carson Reed. Clear sailing in front of him. Here he comes to the back bumper of Andy Southern. Great speed out of that number 39 as he jets his way to the bottom, thinks about it, and says, no, I'm going to do this clean. So he tucks in behind Southern's black number 17. Gives him a little shot coming out of the corner. Southern gives him the outside. Here comes the Patrick Mullen owned machine on the outside. Skip Flores going for the lead here at Bowman Gray. Give it to him.
Yeah. Right
and he's going to have to defend it because the 17 to Southern, he knew it was coming there. He played some defense. And now that opens up the door for the number 48.
Junior Smith is on the way right at the door of Flores right there, but he's going to be able to fend him off. Oh, and the 48 goes around trying to get
Levi Holt
get to the back
involved.
bumper.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a melee.
Things went downhill there.
Things escalated
They
quickly.
really, they really did. He's not happy about it.
No, I wouldn't be happy either. And there's some unhappy people right there. And Smith isn't happy, and neither was Andy Southern. And, you know, I don't think he realized that Skip didn't seem to want to dump him there. And a little bit of a shot there, and then, you know, hey, that was interesting. Let's watch this. Junior Smith gets into, wow, whoa, heavy contact into Skip Flores. Tried to send him there.
He really did.
He drove it in there Mach 1 trying to get him right there, but ended up spinning out himself. So, hey, this is a very physical division right here. And these cars, these are not for the faint of heart. These cars are very fast. Underrated fast are these, what I call the Buzz Bombers, the old nickname of this division, but the stadium stocks. And I'll tell you what, our buddy Skip Flores with NASCAR there, he was up here in the booth last time we were here at Flow Racing doing your job that you're doing right now. And he's getting a lesson there of getting through some traffic and then having to play defense, because you see the damage on the left rear of that machine. He has gotten hit quite a few times, and luckily it didn't really get into that left rear tire and make that thing flat.
Brad Mikulowski
We got it.
has
Jeff
now
Button
made
struggled
his
with that
way
too.
up from 11th all the way to 2nd here. And we're going to get the green flag this time by Skip Flores. Great restart by him and the number 39 to the line now, followed by the number 60 of Brad. He's going to try to hold on all he can, but 39 going to pull away there coming out of turn 2.
Healthy lead so far, 8 laps into this 15-lap race for Ryan Skip Flores. Mikulowski in second. The battle is on for third and fourth position right now. 56 of Andrew Mason in third, but Kenny Dixon moves into the fourth position. Driver of the Gonzalez HVAC machine. Great to see this driver back. The president, the leader of the Pufftown Mafia, is back at Bowman Gray, and now he's in the fourth position. Great night for the number 40 car of Dixon.
That number 2 of Carson Reed going to settle into the 5th place position, but who we just saw contact with earlier, the number 48 of Junior Smith, he's going to exit the track. I thought for a minute he was waiting for Ryan, but all is clear. The 60 actually closing a little bit of a gap there to the leader in the corners. Ryan not completely running away with this lead so far. We have 12 laps in the books.
Flores and the 60th Mikulowski will have to deal with a little bit of lap traffic. Victor Flores' Pinto is right ahead. 2 more laps to go for Flores, the former winner of the Gamblers Classic and a stalwart in the TQ Midget Wars of the indoor season in the off season. And on Sundays, Saturdays and Sundays, he goes over the wall. He's a tire changer, and he's been doing it for so many years. White flag is out for the New Jersey driver who grew up in the Blewett Junkyard. And now he goes around the north turn for his first time ever at Bowman Gray Stadium. Skip Ryan Flores is a winner at Bowman Gray Stadium. From junkyard to checkered flag, he's won 3 times on Turkey Derby weekend in Wall Stadium, New Jersey. You put this kid in about anything, and he wins. All he does is win. And you see the Get It Clean number 39 owned by Patrick Mullen, the typical driver of this car. He's known Skip for a long time, a very excited race car driver inside the cockpit of that number 39, and he will hold the famed Bowman Gray Stadium checkered flag and take it around for a ceremonious victory lap, something that race car drivers dream of doing, taking that checkered flag around Bowman Gray Stadium. And in attempt number 1, Skip Flores does it. What a win for my former booth mate. Last time we were here on Flow Racing, he goes from the booth to the winner. How about that? From the booth, I'm going to take off next week, and I'm going to get a ride.
Do it.
Maybe I could do
I
this.
would love to see you do that.
I'm not as talented as this guy. I'm telling you what, when you watch this guy in a TQ midget, Ryan Flores is the real deal as far as race car drivers are concerned. He knows the sport because he's grown up in it. Patrick Mullen running to the driver's side window, former tire specialist with Denny Hamlin so many years ago. He helps out Bobby Measmer. Let's go down to Randy Pulliam for what's going to be an incredible victory lane.
Ryan Flores driving that car number 39 tonight. We were inadvertently told it was Patrick Mullen, but it's Ryan Flores. Ryan, you had Brad Michalowski on your back bumper. It looked like he wanted to give you a run, but you had him covered.
Yeah, we definitely had to work for it tonight. It was fun. There are those starts, you try to sit there and plot what's going to happen, and man, there's more grip on the top here. Repave, it's just awesome.
I know you want to thank your sponsors.
Yeah, Patrick Mullen, Get It Clean. Hey, Patrick, let's see who you want to thank, man.
I just want to give a big shout out to Phoenix Pre-Owned Motors, Race Electronics, BK Auto Sales, First Choice Auto, Hidden Bear off the grid, Dunleavy's, Matt Stern Enterprises, Bill Edwards Plumbing. I wouldn't be able to be here without him. Rockingham Boats, Monzingo Homes. Thank you, and the good Lord above.
Patrick Mullen, his name was on the car, but Ryan Flores was piloting it, picks up his first win in the Q104.1 Stadium Stock Series.
TQ Midget Superstar makes his first attempt in any sort of race car at Bowman Gray Stadium. He's spotted for Corey LaJoie here in the Can-Am East Series back in the day. And has been a part of coming here for so many times. He joined us in the Flow Racing booth last week, and now he puts on the fire suit. He gets in Patrick Mullen's car, and he's a winner at Bowman Gray Stadium. Very proud of my friend Ryan Flores, a wheelman. Let's take a quick break because the main group of stadium stock race cars are about to take the green. We'll be back on Flow Racing.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
We are back for racing here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Let's give you the lineup for the second stadium stock race. On the pole, driving the Tysingers Lawn Care, number 27 from Tobaccoville, North Carolina. It's Austin Cates on the outside. One of the greats of the division in the Tri-City Plumbing, number 81 from Lexington. It's Chuck Wall.
In that second row on the inside from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, you'll find the number 18 of Billy Andrews. And to the outside from Lexington, North Carolina, the number 16 of Blaine Curry.
Starting fifth tonight in the number 59 Warren Transmissions Machine from Yadkinville, North Carolina. It's the son of Rock Harris. It's Isaac Harris. And to the outside, slated to start sixth, but I don't see him on the track. He is the King North Carolina veteran, Ken Bridges.
Starting in 7th position from North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, the number 50 of Terry Torrance. And to the outside from Kernersville, North Carolina, the number 46 of Wyatt Sapp.
Starting 9th tonight, the number 69, the Knot Rod, the Mad Discs Machine from King, North Carolina. It's Brandon Crotson to the outside. The driver of the Budget Blinds, number 74 from Walnut Cove, North Carolina. It's Matt Alley.
In row number 6, in the 11th position from Mocksville, North Carolina, you have the number 24 of A.J. Sanders. And to the outside from Midway, North Carolina, you have the number 8 of Steven Sanders.
Starting 13th tonight is one of the top guns of this division, the number 43 from Winston-Salem, the Infinity Assurance Machine of Brendan Lee Brendel. And to the outside, starting 14th, the number 51, the Disco Turkeys Machine, the baseball team that played here the other day. It's the 51 of Andrew Cates, and bringing up the rear of the field with a good performance last week, may I add, in the Southern Vinyl number 25, from just down the road in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, it's Matt Goodwin. Here we go, folks, 15 laps. These are the superstars of the Buzz Bombers, the top guys of this class, all in one feature event. So many cars tonight, we had to split them in two. To the green we go. Austin Cates leads them off of turn number 4. We're green.
Austin Cates going to be side by side with Chuck Wall, who's going to take advantage on that outside lane, get the momentum, and come around on the back straightaway. Meanwhile, the number 16 of Blaine Curry is going to follow right behind the 81, hoping for the same result. Doesn't actually close the deal, but continues to hold the outside of the number 27.
A runaway right now at the front for Chuck Wall, but the battle is on for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th position. Blaine Curry, who finished 2nd the last time we were here, moves his number 16 gently into 2nd position for that 2nd generation driver. Now Cates has his hands full with the number 59 of Isaac Harris. That's the battle on the track right now. Black number 27, red, white, and blue machine of Isaac Harris. Harris gets into him. The Tysingers lawn care car spins around in the grass.
Isaac Harris look to that inside. No caution is out just yet. We're going to keep it clean and green.
Great run right there by
Meanwhile, number
Sapp.
46 there in 3rd place. And continuing to hold on that outside there, we have a battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th right here. Throw a blanket over them.
Great to see Wyatt Sapp take advantage of that melee. Now he's got a mirror full of the number 24. He lets his entry be a little exposed there, and the 24 gently nudges his way underneath Sapp. Side by side, they go into the south turn. A.J. Sanders looking to move into the 3rd spot. You could give it to him going down the backstretch. Following suit in the white number 43 is Brendan Lee Brendel.
A.J. Sanders, who started 11th in this feature, now has cracked the top 3. And again, the 43 of Brandon Brendel right behind him.
He sent it in the turn so hard there, Sanders. He washed up. That opens up the opportunity for the number 43 to pounce, and he does.
The 59 going to work to the inside of Isaac Harris. Now going to push A.J. Sanders back into the top 5. The 69 and the 46 also battling right behind them. Man, lots of racing action as we're working on lap 7 currently.
Lap 7, lap 8 now clicks on the board of this 15-lap feature, and it's a runaway by Chuck Wall. 2nd position is Blaine Curry. 3rd position is Brendan Lee Brendel, and 4th, a little tap to the back bumper from A.J. Sanders, and Harris goes spinning around, and we have a caution flag, lap number 9. Ooh, boy, that was interesting.
Only 6 laps left in this feature event. Things have definitely heated up as we've gone
Let's
through
watch
here.
this 59 here, as he's going to turn around here. He lunges a little bit like a little fake. That was like a Carl Edwards on Matt Kenseth fake right there.
Well, then, meanwhile, he goes to the inside and he almost takes out. Let's see, he's going to come around. Yeah.
He's not too happy.
The
and I don't
number
blame him.
8. The number 8 is Steven Sanders. He almost took him out. We're spun back around. Let's see what happens here.
Isaac Harris not too happy. I believe he has the right to be a little displeased. There was some contact from the front bumper of A.J. Sanders there in the north turn that sent the red, white, and blue machine spinning around.
Flagman is going to show 1 to go till green. Chuck Wall, followed by the number 16 of Blaine Curry, and then Brandon Brindle is going to round out your top 3. AJ Sanders in 4th, and your top 5 is going to be the number 69 of Brandon Krotz.
The Hot Rod, Brandon Krotz, man, he's consistent. Just can't get that win here. It's tough when you got some of these big dogs up front to get that win, and especially the big dog that's up front right now because he's won 4 times this season, the driver of the Little Donuts, Tri-City Plumbing. Greg Butcher, trucking number 81, is to the loud pedal. The Buzz Bomber leading its way through turn number 2, stretching out a 3 to 4 car length advantage. The guy in 3rd right now is probably the fastest car on the track, and that is Brendan Lee Brennell in the white number 43 as he tries to get to the inside of Blaine Curry's black number 16.
He's going to have to catch that rocket of Chuck Wall, who's now created a 2-3 car gap between him and the 2nd place of Blaine Curry. But can he get underneath that 16 as the caution flag comes out?
Andrew Cates has slowed on the racetrack. Excuse me, Austin Cates, wrong Cates' brother. This is Cates pulling, the 27 that started up front on the pole. He's the one that went on vacation, while his brother, Andrew Cates, had to bring both cars here to display every night on the track for the Disco Turkeys, while he's off in La La Land on vacation with his father and girlfriend on the lake, drinking some barley pops.
Sounds like
I felt
a good
bad
time
for Andrew. But then again, Andrew got to sit with me at the game. We had a good time watching the Disco Turkeys. So a lot of family fun, whether you're here for football during football season for the Winston-Salem State University, but especially here for NASCAR Weekly Racing Series action. And the lights are out on the modern Chevrolet Blazer Pace vehicle as we expect it to pull in around the 20-yard line and get going here with only 3 laps to go.
Restart this time by Chuck Wall again with the jump, followed by Blaine Curry. We're going to head into turns 1 and 2. Brandon Brindle continuing to hold his own in that 3rd place position. No challenges in the top 3 right there. Working on lap number 13 at the line.
13 laps on the board for Chuck Wall. He almost had his 5th win of the season just the other week and got disqualified for an aluminum drive shaft. He has replaced that drive shaft, and he said it only really cost him about £1. So looking to see if he can rebound from that and score another victory. White flag is out. Just 2 more corners to go for the great mini stock veteran. The driver of the number 81 creeps his way around turn number 4. Give the win to Chuck Wall, his 5th of the season at Bowman Gray, the top gun of the stadium stocks. Chuck Wall, followed by Blaine Curry, Brendan Lee Brendel, 4th position for the great AJ Sanders, Brandon Krotz in 5th position, Steven Sanders finishing 7th, finishing 8th, Wyatt Sapp. Chuck Wall, your winner, the number 81, his 30th career Bowman Gray Stadium win. The JT&T Services, Greg Butcher trucking, number 81, grabs the checkered flag. I was talking about him earlier today because somebody was asking about weather. And last year he threw away a race here because he was at the beach. And it looked like 95% of rain, and he decided to stay on the beach. He made the wrong decision. So I'm glad he probably got a beach trip in on our week off last week. I'm glad he did so because now he comes back here after a week off. He rebounds from 2 weeks before that DQ, and proves that, hey, he could get it done no matter what. And in the history of this driver's career, whether it's whatever track it's at, Chuck Wall is a very clean race car driver, a very passionate race car driver, and a outright wheelman.
He absolutely was a wheelman tonight, though, in this feature. Able to get to the front and stay in the front the entire way. That number 81 of Chuck Wall taking home your win. And Stadium Stock feature event tonight has his friends and family circles around that car. We're going to send it down to Victory Lane to hear from the man himself, Chuck Wall.
Here he comes. He's Show Me the Money, Chuck Wall. That's pretty cool. Got some FaceTime going on. Congratulations, Chuck, man. What a job you done tonight. You had a hot rod. Hands down. Blaine Curry was on your butt a couple of times, but at the end of the day, you prevailed. Tell us about your night.
I got to thank the good Lord above. He's been good to me. We got a good car. Work on it week in, week out. We're not lazy. Great group of people around me. Great group of sponsors. Greg with Greg Butcher Trucking, Little Donuts. Adam with John Baker Plumbing. Jimmy and Teresa with J&T Services. B&B Design. Family stands behind me. And my friends, man, they love me. I'm blessed.
Yes, you are. Way to go. Congratulations, Chuck Wall. Let him hear you one more time. Chuck Wall.
Great to see Chuck Wall, a very popular winner here at Bowman Gray, and Chris Carter on the microphone there, one of the most passionate announcers and podcast host in motorsports, short track motorsports here in the Southeast. Great to see him as the co-announcer here as Larry Tomar there greets Chuck Wall and is going to bring him on Carolina Wood Floors Victory Lane for the 30th time. Unbelievable night of racing here at Bowman Gray. And, hey, my buddy Sean Borger came tonight, drag racing, very, very popular drag racing family. Him and his family experienced Bowman Gray tonight. Want to give a shout-out to him for being here. And I'll tell you what, the fans here did not see anything that would disappoint them tonight. And we got so much more racing to come on Flow Racing at Bowman Gray Stadium every Saturday night here. A shortened season, of course, because we got football season. But, hey, next week, I'm telling you, next week, get your butt to the Madhouse because it's Night of Destruction. Night of Destruction.
I actually had somebody else here, too. That was their first time on my side.
Yeah.
Family friend of ours from Texas traveling up here, Tommy Peterson, came out and sat back on the back straightaway. I didn't even know he was here, but I got a text from my mom saying that he was. He goes all over to tracks, both dirt, asphalt, and checks it off his bucket list. So glad to have a first-timer out here. Yeah.
First-timers are great here, and if you're a first-timer, you need to come out for Night of Destruction. Monster trucks, demolition derby, and all the divisions of racing here at Bowman Gray Stadium. 100 laps again for the NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds the next week. Then a Sportsman 100, then a Modified 100, then the Twin 50s. Almost closing out the season there with the Twin 50s. That's probably my favorite race of the year on August 12th, and then we close out the season with 150 laps for the Modifieds and double points for the championship night. Oh, boy, right
Love
there.
That.
You got to tune in live on Flow Racing, but first, you have to be here at Bowman Gray Stadium. This is a racetrack. Trust me. Trust Jacqueline Drake. You need to see live. But let's salute some of our winners tonight. Who won the first few winners? Who were the first few winners here tonight?
Man, we had quite a night of action, especially starting with the street stocks. The number 16 of Brad Lewis getting the win after a DQ from the original winner, followed by the Sportsman, the first race. The number 2, Amber Lynn, taking home the victory. And then we had the Modifieds 100 lapper, the number 16 of Chris Fleming, dominating throughout the entire feature event.
Sportsman race number 2 was won by the real deal, Riley Neal. Stadium stock race number 1, won by our booth mate, Ryan Skip Flores in the number 39. But breaking news just delivered to us by NASCAR officials. Ryan Skip Flores and the Patrick Mullen Get It Clean number 39 crew has been disqualified from their finish, from their win, a clutch post-race violation, dealing with the clutch. So he has been disqualified from his win here at Bowman Gray Stadium. So, a big DQ for the Mullen team and for Ryan Flores, his first attempt here. He got to celebrate in Victory Lane and enjoy it, but he got it taken away from him. And then his 30th win of the season, 30th win of his career, 5th win of his season. That's pretty impressive, too, for Chuck Wall. Real quick before we close the night out, I want your closing thoughts on the night of racing here at Bowman Gray Stadium. What's your big takeaway, Jumpin' Jacqueline Drake?
For me, I have to say on that the first sportsman race, Amber Lynn really making a comeback throughout the struggles she's had this year, and talking to her crew and all the work that they did, family team that they did behind the scenes this week, tearing it apart. Although Amber's dad did tell me that Wednesday is date night, that he goes out and takes his wife out to dinner on Wednesdays, but every other night they're tearing it down. Having the week off was definitely a breath of fresh air for these drivers, because now they get to come out and make a comeback like she did. So hats off to the Amber Lynn team. But it's been quite a night of racing action. What are your thoughts, Matt?
I'd say my biggest takeaway is these officials aren't messing around. Okay, the 7 car of Zach Staley wins in the street stocks. From the officials, what they told me, he was deemed illegal, like disqualified, because he refused post-race technical inspection. That's interesting right there, giving the win to Brad Lewis. Then Ryan Skip Flores gets disqualified. Also, in the drivers' meeting today for the NASCAR Brad's Golf Carts Modifieds, a shot across the bow for the modified division from these officials, saying they're not messing around. They said, hey, some of your sail panels are getting out of control. We're not running dirt modifieds here. You guys get them under control or else. So also a warning for intakes on these modifieds. They've been noticing a trend of some people running some intakes that might be a little not fitting the standards of the rules. So they are telling the drivers to be mindful, because we are going to be looking at them, and do not be surprised if we look at them and we throw you out if it's illegal. So the officials putting their foot down and making sure, not just after the race, but they're doing in the drivers' meeting and making sure these guys are running fair. So that's what you want to see in racing.
Yeah, and this is actually just coming off of a week last week where we saw 2 big DQs in the late model world, both on Wednesday at Caraway Speedway and then South Boston on Saturday. So it has been quite the DQ drama here lately.
Makes me want Dairy Queen. Anyway, tonight on Flow Racing in the booth, glad to have Jumpin' Jacqueline Drake from Texas, a Texas native, with me. Letty in the booth as well. We're missing Justin Mincy, recovering at home from Achilles surgery, but he's been texting us all night. The stat master of Bowman Gray Stadium. Lucas Kaler on camera. Hope up there on cameras too. You guys did a great job tonight. Charlotte, North Carolina, of course. We've got Alex the engineer, my boy Q on the directing, Matt Strickert, Zylac, everybody in the NASCAR building, and the Flow Racing headquarters in Austin, Texas. A great night of racing. Night 1089 is in the books, folks. And until next time, we'll see you at the races.